The fate of humanity hangs in the balance as Louise Banks, a grieving linguist haunted by visions of her daughter, embarks on an extraordinary journey to decipher the cryptic messages of alien visitors. In a world on the brink of chaos, Louise must unravel the true meaning behind their enigmatic offer, confronting her own destiny and the future of mankind. As love, loss, and the power of language collide, the ultimate question remains: can she unlock the key to our survival? Let's see how it all began. Louise Banks is a linguist whose daughter passed away from an incurable illness. Her life has become very different after her child has died. Every day she travels to work at the university where she teaches advanced linguistics. But one day, when she arrives to work, everything is strangely quiet and different. She begins her lecture with only a few students attending the class, while the others have gathered around the TV and are watching the news about the landing of a UFO in Montana and other locations around the world. Along with most of everyone else, Louise leaves work in a panic. The next day, she tries to continue with her normal life, but nothing is the same, and life has stopped for everyone else. Not one of her students appears at the classes, and while sitting alone in the classroom, Louise is approached by the military officer, Colonel Weber. The reason for his visit is that Louise is one of the best linguistics experts, and the military needs her knowledge to decipher the meaning of the sounds made by the aliens. However, Louise tells Weber that this is not that simple, and that she will need direct contact, and not just an audio tape. First, Weber rejects her terms, and he heads to her academic rival. Later, the colonel acknowledges that Louise knows much more than her rival teacher, so he returns with a helicopter at night while she sleeps at her house and offers her the job. She boards the helicopter where she meets Donnelly, another recruit by Weber who is a physicist. After reaching the base camp, Louise and Ian meet Captain Marks, who will give them more information about the nature of the alien ship and prepare them for the series of medical exams they need to undergo. Very soon after, they are introduced to the Base Operation and Intelligence Center, where governments from all around the world communicate about the landing of the spaceships, and they also find out that there are in total 12 landings in different parts of the world. The next challenge for both scientists is to board the alien ship, which is floating 20 feet in the air. Louise, Ian, Weber, Marks, and a team of 2 other science personnel get on a scissor lift that will carry them up. They reach the interview room, where the team sets up a variety of recording equipment. A transparent wall divides the room into 2 parts, and the aliens enter their part of the room. This is where Louise first interacts with the extraterrestrial creatures, but the first attempt ends with no success as panic overtakes her. The next thing she will do is to try communicating by writing on a board. She is trying to explain to the aliens that their kind is called humans, and the aliens respond also by writing symbols and making the sounds they associate with the current symbol. Weber confronts Louise's methods, and he asks her to be more specific by asking the aliens why they landed on Earth. In the next session, Louise will try to teach the aliens her name. She takes off her suit, believing that this will help the aliens to know what they really look like. She comes to the barrier and puts her hand on it, and it works. The aliens respond by doing the same. Also, they share the symbols for their names. During the next session, while communicating and Louise was trying to teach the word for weapon, the aliens, who were given the names Abbott and Costello, will tell her that they are here to offer weapons. And while this information will make panic around the world and will escalate with the alien ships being attacked in several locations, Hauptner reminds Louise that the other countries are having different responses to the alien use of the word weapon. So, to stop the madness and de-escalate the situation, they will have to find what offer weapon really means. The whole flashbacks from her daughter Hannah will make Louise exhausted, and Weber tells her that Ian will continue the interviews instead of her. And while Weber and Louise can't find a common language, Ian realizes that from the alien perspective, the timeline of the humans doesn't end here. What they offer to humanity is a choice, to either use what they are offering for a new era to begin, or end everything with one stupid decision. Both scientists are unaware that rogue soldiers have planted a bomb near the barrier into the alien ship. They once again enter the ship, and the aliens give them a more complex message. The sound of the C4 explosives upsets Abbott, who will ask them to leave immediately. And just before the bomb explodes, Ian and Louise are sent back into the tunnel, with both being unconscious. Waking up in the medical tent, Louise finds out that some soldiers were acting on their own and put the explosives inside the ship. Halpern shoots them in response. The alien ship now is moved beyond reach, and the US base is preparing to evacuate in case of retaliation. Analyzing the data they got while communicating with the aliens, Louise and Ian find out that they only have 1/12 of the data, so they figure out that they need to work together with the other nations in case to have the whole thing. Even though Halpern sees this from a competitive point of view, in the end, agrees to share the information they have with the others. But while the whole arguing between Ian, Weber, and Halpern takes place, Louise has another vision and soon leaves the room. She enters inside through a cylinder that descended from the ship, and she finds out that this time she is on the alien side of the barrier. Costello informs her that Abbott died from the explosion, and that he decided for her and Ian to be saved. When she asks Costello why they came to Earth, he tells her that humanity will help them in a big way 3,000 years from now, and that's why they are here, to return the favor by helping humanity now. Louise finally realizes that the meaning of the alien word for weapon, that in fact the weapon, is their language. That will have to alert the people about the linear perception of time, allowing them to experience memories of the events that follow in the future. Her visions of her daughter are nothing else but premonitions, and her daughter will not be born until sometime in the future. The US base is preparing to be evacuated as China's General Shang sends an ultimatum to his local alien craft, demanding that it leave his country within 24 hours. Pakistan, Russia, and Sudan follow the same steps, and the communication between the world parties is terminated. Even though Louise tells Weber that she now understands the alien language, he is unimpressed, and the evacuation plan is the only thing on his mind. Louise has another vision where she finds herself in a fancy dress at a unification celebration with 12 country flags. General Shang approaches her and tells her that she changed his mind to do something wrong. Back in Montana base, she dials the number that General Shang gave to her, and after the conversation in Mandarin, words start to come in over the comm lines that China is standing down. Shang appears on the monitors looking shaken after the conversation. He says that he is stepping down from his plan, and he will share the information that China has. Also, the other monitors start to reconnect again. Louise is trying to describe to Ian what exactly happened, but she can't find the right words. They share an intense kiss, and Louise has another last flashback where she sees Hannah asking about her name. She also sees Ian entering the room and realizes that he is her husband and Hannah's father, and that the flashbacks have been only a glimpse into the future. Weber drops Louise at her home and militarily praises her. In the end, Ian and Louise are celebrating their love dressed up with a bottle of wine, and she looks just like she was in her flashbacks. The question from the first scene appears on the glass. Do you want to make a baby? Subscribe for more videos like this, and turn on the notifications so you never miss any of them.